Hello and welcome everyone to a brand new Total War Warhammer 3 campaign. We are going to be playing as Heinrich Kemmler and his Barrow Legion here, and we're going to be playing on, we'll go ahead and back up to main, the Total War SFO Grimmhammer Kingdoms and Wildlands mod. Let's jump on back into our brand new campaign. We're going to be playing as Angry Gandalf, Evil Santa, and we are going to be the Lich Master prowling in his old wanderings in the Grey Mountains, plotting his next move against the sworn enemies in nearby Bretonnia and the Empire. He's got himself a pretty cool new startup screen. I don't believe this is the one he always had, with that good old Krell hiding in the background. So if we come on over to the starting army, he's going to have a pretty nasty horde, starting with a bit of Cairn Wraiths, 2 Crypt Ghouls, 2 of the Skeletal Spearmen and Zombies both, as well as some Dire Wolves, and then the very, very elite X-Rays there that are going to have all sorts of nasty stats and abilities. Going to be very hard to actually damage, being ghosts. And for this campaign, we're going to be limiting ourselves to a very spooky, only using the undead forces and the ghosts. So I won't be using any vampires at all, except for the bloodlines that we do awaken. So the lords that you get through the bloodlines, we will use because they're kind of, I guess, extra beefed up versions of just vampire lords. But in terms of everyone else, it's only going to be the necromancers and the undead and ghosties. For the faction effects, we have special landmarks that generate dark insight and unlock powerful technologies. Carcassonne, Nagashazar, Black Pyramid, the White Tower of Hoeth, Wintex, Nagaron, and Nangao. And we'll have 50 extra diplomatic relations with the Warriors of Chaos, Demons of Chaos, and Beastmen and Norska, since we have Krell, the undead Chaos Warrior. Let's see here. We've got 25% more experience gained for Necromancers, or for all Necromancer heroes. We'll be immune to Chaos Undivided Corruption and Chaos Waste Attrition. We'll be able to raise dead for a little bit cheaper. And then we'll have our unique unit, the Spectres of the Corpse Wood, which are extra dangerous hexed rays that'll be getting various buffs as they gain kills. Your Lord effects are going to be enabling replenishment in friendly territory, or foreign territory, for just Kemmler. The Winds of Magic cost minus 10% for the Lore of Vampires. Weapon Strength plus 25% for all Skeletal Warriors and Skeletal Spearmen units for his army. And then he is going to have the Lord of Undeath ability, which will allow him to summon Krell, who will be an absolute monster for a time. He will degrade over a period of time, but then he have a skill later on that will allow Krell to be a permanent summon, which is as terrifying as you'd expect. In the map, he kind of spawns a little ways to the south of the Empire, off on the side of both the Bretonians and Lauren down here. So we will have lots of enemies all around. Heinrich Kemmler burns with the need for power. Having recognized the limits that mortality placed upon him in his early years, Kemmler made it his life's work to escape them. He plunged into the world of necromancy as a young man. By the time he had reached his 14th year, he was able to raise entire graveyards of corpses to do his bidding. That is a horrifying... 40th. Oof. Because that's a horrifying 14-year-old. Kemmler became a great and much-feared necromancer, plundering every wizard's tower and ancient temple he could find in his search for dark truths. His star was in the ascendant for many decades until his ambitious rivals united against him to bring him to his knees. Although he finally managed to scatter his attackers with a great spell of confusion, Kemmler's body was broken and his mind blasted in the battle. For many years, Heinrich wandered as little better than a half-sane beggar. By some quirk of fate, he uncovered the tomb of a long-dead Chaos champion, whose burial mound was so magnificent it towered high above him. Here Kemmler struck a terrible pact with the gods. They restored him to his former power, and in return, Heinrich swore to slay and destroy in their name. Now, the name of the Lich Master once again strikes terror to the heart of ordinary folk. He is no longer crazy old beggar. He's out smacking folks again. For the settings on this campaign, we're going to be playing on a very hard difficulty. If Legendary, we had the ability to shut off the battle realism camera. I wouldn't mind it so much because it is not fun to have the camera restricted to 200 meters of any unit. And enemy units more than 600 meters away will be hidden from sight. Which is, this hidden from sight's not a big deal, but not being able to move your camera around, that is big unfortunate while you were trying to get a campaign and have some fun shots. We're going to keep everything on. I'm not going to turn Ultimate Crisis on this time. We're just going to leave everything kind of random. We'll see which one picks on up. Hopefully we'll take off Vampiric Ascension so we're not having to fight other vampires. I just don't want to deal with Vermintide. Everything else, though, looks fantastic. Come on back in Kemmler himself, because it wants to be aggressive with us, so let's get this campaign started.
I am Kemmler the Witchmaster. My destiny is my own.
We make our own fate. Well said, Angry Santa. So how they play. The Barrow Legion assassinate enemy lords and faction leaders or fell them in battle to collect blood kisses for the awakening of powerful bloodline lords. We can raise the dead from our lords' localities to instantly recruit units without trading time and quickly muster large armies. And we will be spreading vampiric corruption across the land to disable attrition for undead armies and blight the living as you increase the chances of undead uprisings. And I think that also is going to increase the potency of our undead units. So our first mission has been issued. We have to defeat Artois in battle, so our enemies gather to strike against us. Attack first and deny them the opportunity to reach full strength. Give us a little bit of dark magic. Oh, his name was Joe. Joss Lichmore. Well, you were definitely going to be our Kevin, so welcome in, Kevin Lichmore. You're going to go ahead and join her straight up with Kemmler. Let's take a look at Blackstone Post. I haven't actually played the undead at all in SFO as of yet, so any kind of tips and strategies you might have, go ahead and place those in the comments. Anything I need to be kept aware of for a Kemmler campaign? I would love to. Any kind of extra tips? Help this campaign go rather smoothly, unless you want things to go terribly then. All sorts of sabotage is welcome. Dark Iron Pit. I think we're going to want to start off just with the purely excellent growth building, since we'll have to actually move a bit of land to actually grab Grungzint, and Karak Ziflin is currently held by the Dawi. I think as soon as we break this first army here, we will likely turn and take out the Dawi right away, allowing them not to be able to build up, and we can turn around and probably grab another Blood Kiss out of their Lord, Gisoreux, who should be back. Before we jump into battle, we might as well make things incredibly on our side, and just grab in all of these raised dead units, 2 more zombies and skeletons. Sounds great. Now we've got a proper force. Sorry, Bretonians, such is the way. For our first technology, we can go for the Book of Arkan for a little bit of upkeep drop for zombies, resistance, recruitment, all sorts of good stuff in there. What we're going to do is we're going to come on over to the Lamian Book of Blood for the extra blood kiss and growth after winning a battle on, looks like all provinces, which is perfect. And then we'll come over here and start moving through the Book of Arkan, as this is going to boost up our skeletons and zombies both, which Kemmler is already boosting up kind of naturally.
I must keep my holy vow. No!
You must keep your holy vow. Enjoy. Auto Resolve is going to give us a decisive win. That tends to be the way. So Gisoreux is himself cavalry. But I think if we surround him with our Hex Raids, he's going absolutely nowhere. The most dangerous unit is going to be the Knights Errant. And they've got no specials. How sad for you. Alright, Battle for Gisoreux. Start deployment, we'll set up our units, we'll kind of jump on in here and take a look. This will be our first time actually playing the vampire counts on our channel here. Where is his cavalry? We'll put the double down of the spearmen on one side. I'm going to have the ghouls go very far wide to shut down the archers, so let's have, let's see, a unit well over here hiding. They should be nice and sneaky for a while. In fact, let's go both units to keep them more safe. We can get them all the way into the trees. Well, that keeps them even safer. Perfect. SEAL Team Ghouls. We'll do the ghosts on the other side. They can be also rather sneaky. The other spearmen that haven't been deployed yet. They move so much faster than the zombies, you kind of have to pull them back a little bit, otherwise they get well ahead. I would prefer the cavalry crash into our zombies and then get charged by the spears. In fact, let's go ahead and grab you two. Swords further in. Kind of like that. X-rays are in a good spot. Bats are also... Let's build them up a little bit further. Dire Wolves, will have them rolling with the ghosts. Okay, perfect. Let's grab all the infantry. I'm gonna have you set up with the cavalry. Kemmler and company. Kemmler and Kevin will just go behind the zombies. Let's take a look at our units here. Our sickly blue-colored uniforms. Ghostly blue energy coming out of the eyes of our undead here. I would give them a few better weapons than just sticks, but Kemmler doesn't care too much about them. He's got his nice apron with stitched together human skin. That's always good to make friends. Maybe not that good of friends, though. I bet you he's got venom in these little fangs here. He hit you with a headbutt. You're gonna regret it. Come on into our skeletal phalanx. Awesome looking units. We'll come on over to our ghostly cavalry here, which are probably gonna be getting just obscene amounts of kills. Stats on these guys are fairly insane. They've got no armor at all, but 75% physical resistance and then 55% missile. So they are going to be pretty well warding off any kind of peasant fire that is coming their way. On to our ghosts in the woods, which will also likely be racking up an obscene amount of kills, stealing the souls of the peasants. Good old death doggies. Good old undead fur muskets. Come on back over to our bats. Y'all know the bats. No jokers. Just bats, man. Maybe. Never again.
The summoning begins.
Kevin, I don't know if we saw you. You wearing your dunce cap out to battle here. You've also brought a friend. Woven together with who knows what. Let's get things going. Start walking the shaft forward. We kind of want to catch the knights inside the woods there. We'll move up, and then as they advance towards us, we can kind of rotate. But for now, everyone forward. That's up as well. We'll leave the lads in the woods slightly there. You just start moving up. The undead march. Alright. Dude, you need to get behind the line. Kemmler easily outpacing his zombies. It looks like they're going to switch sides with the knights there, which is interesting. Still, we can catch them in a place they would rather not be. It's going to be very bad for them, so let's have you guys find some targets here pretty soon. We will lock the zombies in their own group, and then just have them all attack forward. Their job is to lock people into place. Bats, let's come over the top here and assault on the trees here if you can. You've noticed my ghosts. Good for you. So the dogs are on the back. And honestly, we can have them charge directly into these peasants here. That's not a problem. Ah, you thought it was a fake.
Atrophy and decay.
They're keeping those knights up on the top of the hill there, aren't they? We can use heals to really turn the tides of any of that kind of fighting. So let's have these spearmen go after these knights here. Just go directly at the archers. That should stop them firing. Charge in here. Let's go ahead and surround off. You go after the Lord. We have the spearmen not moving. You go after the Lord. You go after the other knights. Perfect stuff. Kemmler, just move on forward. We'll summon Krell in once we get a bit closer. Ghouls, go ahead and surround and destroy the Knights Errant. And everyone here work together. Go for the heals on the zombies. Just been charged by knights.
Master of death.
Yep, lost a fair few of their number. That does tend to be the way. Let's throw Krell down here. Go for more heals on those same zombies. And Krell can rip apart these Knights Errant, no problem. The zombie doggos coming on through, and then the ghost pair can go after the Lord here. He's doing his absolute best. Those doggos come off to the side for a moment. Riding down the men-at-arms.
Legions to me at once. I run.
A little ways away from Chilfroy. He's gonna hit quite hard if he does actually manage to land any hits. Go after these men-at-arms, just surround and destroy. We You're a swarm of fairly epic proportions here. Raise, you guys go after Gisoreux, and Karen Raise, you do the same. That combined might should be easily more than enough. I think Krell normally came stocked with abilities, which is awesome. Chaos Warrior Krell. Most of these guys are trying to run, but they're completely unable to, so got between two sets of ghosts. We get more heals off on any of our units here. Looks like the Dire Wolves need some heals. And then also these Crypt Ghouls could use some help. We'll have these zombies just kind of stagger after these fools, chasing off those archers nicely. These other Dire Wolves, you guys come on over and snack on some men-at-arms. Gisoreux is so surrounded he can't really do anything. There he is, his illustrious cape. I guess they were smart enough to bring their red shirts. Definitely gonna need them. How many peasant bowmen are left? Just 24. I'm gonna try to catch as many of these guys as we can, that way we're getting maximized post-battle casualties there. Here, Krell, you come on back around and karate chop Gisoreux for me. Dance Macabre on the cavalry. We'll just have these. We'll attack someone this direction. Get the zombies out of there. And the real damage dealers actually get some work done. Alright, Bats. New target, if you can catch him in time. You go help. You've already dealt with most of those men-at-arms there. Gaining a bit of his. Interesting. Oh, not for long. Here comes Krell. Swiggity, swiggity. Activate Foe Seeker. Horn calls. X-rays. You guys come on away. I guess you two, Spearmen. The enemy is fleeing for the hills. Those that can.
Tremble before me.
Soon, Krell. Just a lot of stuff in the way. Zombies, go over here. The last time. Go stand over there. Get out of the way. Let the damage dealers do their thing. Heal these zombies because they're probably right next to us. Go escape. Krell comes for thee. Well, he may try to avoid Krell and go after a Boss Hog. Give Krell some more damage. And that's the victory. Gisoreux was willing to fight for a fair bit of time. I'm going to ride down as many of these Bretonnians as I can, and I will see you all in a moment. And after a pretty fast battle, Gisoreux's army has been completely subsumed into our own. 237 kills, actually been outperformed by the Hounds just because they were able to get around chasing units off. 317 Dark Magic. Not bad, a Scroll of Lycos. Speed, acceleration, unspottable, and stock. That's probably good to keep for whenever we summon Krell in. Just drop the Scroll of Lycos on him and have him see the rocket boosters take off. Cooldown for all spells, a battle healing cap, and a miscast chance. Do we murder the captives? I think so. Murder the Gisoreux. Corpse Thief. Corpses not interned in Moore's Gardens straight away find... Oh, in Moore's Gardens straight away often find themselves in the black market. Black market stealing corpses. Alright, defeating an army belonging to Artois gives us a little bit more dark magic, which we can then use to summon more undead in Artois directly. And I think we're going to grab more swordsmen, spearmen. And I guess that's all. Onward to Gisoreux. Two more peasants in our way, is there? Good. The horde is hungry. Or undefeated village like Gisoreux is basically just like a bag of fruit snacks. Let's go ahead and array the troops. So their peasant archers are on the outside, completely undefended. They do have the men-at-arms spearmen next to them, but the units I'm going to send in are not really going to care about those spears. We'll go Crypt Ghouls on one side, and then... oh, actually, we should probably go for a Ghoul Hound combo. Is there a way to hide them? Are they going to know we're there? Yeah, that'll do. So we'll just... no, not guard mode. Group them. So I know they're there. Ghouls on the other side. We hide them in the woods. Please and thank you. All the way behind. Come on now. That's not allowed. Oh, it is. Making our hounds be sneaky back here is going to be a little bit more difficult. There we go. In fact, let's get that ghouls in the same... no, never mind, the hounds can actually cover ground. Ghouls have stock, is that why they're able to get up so fast? Yes, read what our units can do. It's important. Look at some lethal poison. Damage per second. On 5 entities. Oh, cool. Why we don't have a better poison in the base game? Good question. Set you boys up. We'll go for it. Warriors, 2 spearmen on each. But I'm going to need the last set of spearmen behind, so it's going to be a bit more like their reserve troops in case we really need them. Front line so far. We have to do it in this order this time. Here behind them. Sweet. And you guys get it on into group 2. Beautiful stuff. Put them just here. Are they going to go all the way to the front? That tends to be the way, doesn't it? Himmler here. Evan here. Ghosties. You guys already in a unit, are you? So we'll throw the ghouls. Ghouls and ghosties. Good business. Pull the bats up here. They can just find a unit of archers. Once the archers do start retreating, the bats are great at chasing them off. And to begin. We're gonna lumber on forward with the main force. We're gonna have a walk. That way I can get everyone else set up. Ghouls, stalk yourselves all the way over here to these woods here, and then we'll just leave the wolves, woods. They are not sneaky. Also be a good test of PC, just how close we can get our troops before the enemy notices them. On up there. Ghosts, we'll just have you go straight in after those spearmen at arms. Nothing really is going to be able to stop you. Let's be honest. Ghouls are still invisible, which is great. Let's scoot them up a little bit more. At what point do they become not invisible? Team 1, we'll go ahead and have you start running. Block and attack. The spearmen would be good boys, and they'll just kind of walk on in.
I obey for now.
Sweet. I obey for now. Let's go over the top, have you guys go after these peasant bowmen. By peasant bowmen, I mean spears. Then you guys go after the bowmen. Beautiful how that works. Whoops, these doggos got sent in a little bit too soon. Come on back around, dog, so you can actually get healed. You're able to smash the spearmen at arms behind. Raids, come on in. Let's go after this group that's about to get engaged on multiple fronts. So instead of doing what you're doing, see if we can't help you, have them help this other unit out. Go over the top after these bowmen there. Blend them up. Find a place for Krell. Honestly, anywhere's a place for Krell. Now that Krell's here, make him faster. You go after this unit. Super speed Krell. Oh, look at him go! Oh, Jay makes them flip around. Happens quite a bit when I'm trying to hit A real quick to get rid of the camera. That's right. Hit him with the almighty Yah. The ghosts are doing alright for themselves. All of these units are terrified and they are going to be gone. Krell and company are doing their thing. It looks like we're already rounding up bodies.
Begins.
Where are our speedy units at? We need peasant mob to be rounded up. None can escape. Got that, no problem. I just don't think our skeletons are gonna actually be able to catch up. They can try. Start passing out heals where we can before the battle is declared a victory. Quickly. As soon as the battle is declared victory on SFO, you are then unable to heal, which is very fair. Not very canon, because you would definitely be able to just cast as many healing spells as you want, but it does make it so the battles are more important for you to not lose as many as you can. Come on, Krell, what happened to your speed? You used it all up with that initial burst. We'll have you knights chase them off. I think there's still men-at-arms fighting. Should have probably realized that. We'll send in the hounds. That'll be that. Everyone else is broken. There it is. Just the final general. You need a bit more persuasion. All right, you all know the drill. I'm gonna go ahead and round up a whole bunch of Bretonnians. At least I'm gonna attempt to, and I'll catch you all in a moment. And after a quick snack, we'll go ahead and set up a shop here in Artois. Or, not in Artois, but Gisoreux. So we shall then go ahead and we can loot and occupy. We do have the dynamic map mod on, so as we claim land, is going to kind of put in assets that belong to the undead and remove those that would be for the others. All of the other factions are going to be doing the same, so as they claim land, so say if you were at Bretonnia, start popping up little Bretonnian houses and churches and the thing. So it's a little bit of extra flavor to every campaign. Lots of fun. I pretty much have it in every single campaign that I'm running from here on. I will have the full mod list as soon as I can up for in the description there below for all of the what's going forward. For our first point here with Kemmler, I think we're going to want to grab War of a Supremacy. Instead of giving us experience per turn, is going to drop enemy leadership, which is pretty great. I'm going to grab Restless Dead first, and then we'll come up to Aura of Supremacy.
Spread the rot.
For Kevin, I'm going to give him the Invocation of the Heck. We'll make sure he's good at spellcasting while we're working on Himmler's passive buffs there. We're at 19 out of 20. We could probably pretty quickly throw in the Königstein Stalkers next turn, which we will. We've got our Blood Kiss for taking down Gisoreux, so I do want to try to let them bring him back. So we've got the growth building, the Charnel Pet. This is what we're going to want to keep on in then. Let's, instead of fixing the Hamlet first, let's fix up the growth building. Seems a bit backwards. Start off with a non-aggression pact with both Sylvania and the others. We could grab a non-aggression with Aquitaine.
Protector of the realm.
I think. How much gold are you willing to give me
These
for it?
lands are ours by the right granted from the Lady of the
Let's
Lake.
keep.
What do you want? Fine.
Hush up, Armand. We'll be down there to smack you in the side of the head very soon. For now, we want your gold. You're going to be very snaky here with Himmler.
Find me.
Wanted just enough to do the repairing, which will give us access to the zombies and skelly warriors. Perfect. We don't have any of our rights available. It looks like all of them are actually going to require a blood kiss to activate, which is quite interesting. Assemblage of Necromancers, 60 growth, cannot be performed until an unlock mission has been completed. For all of these here. Interesting to see what we have to do to unlock them. We, of course, have our bloodlines. Once we grab 3 of any kind of blood kiss, we'll be able to awaken one of the vampire lords of one of each of the bloodlines, and as you awaken more lords, you'll gain more buffs. Von Karstein giving you a lot of constant replenishment rate. Very good, as well as giving you some crossbowmen and handgunners, and some more resistance while defending. Blood Dragon just being very good at dropping individual characters, dueling, martial prowess and the like. The Necrarch's great at research rate, and at dropping your raise dead cost, which I think the Necrarchs are some of the best for their overall buffs they give. And then the Strigoi will give you stock for own armies, faction-wide in own territory, so in your territory you're incredibly hard to spot. You can move much further. Good stuff. That's about all we can get to for this turn. Take a quick look at our objectives here. For our short victory campaigns, we need to destroy Ardwylan, maintain control of the following 3 provinces, Bastogne, Forest of Chalon, and Carcassonne. And we need to take down 30 settlements. Long campaign victory is just going to be, of course, achieving the short victory, and then 75 settlements, and controlling all provinces of the Empire, and destroying Reichland. Campaign movement range minus 10% for all enemy. Oh, it's starting in your region. Interesting. An extra replenishment rate in owned territory. The Undead gives you lots of buffs in your area. Last thing before we end this first turn here, then, I forgot to do it earlier on, these are the graphic settings for any who are wondering. Leave it up for just a moment. And then back to the action. And this is going to be popping up anytime you're starting up a new Grimmhammer campaign on your second turn there. This is just going to give you the basically the SFO mod menu, which allows you to completely tailor and customize your game, and change up the technology, pretty much everything, general pacing and battles. You can change up anything you'd like here to be either more or less, to give yourself either a buff or a debuff, or I think the enemy's a buff or a debuff. This screen isn't quite as player and AI, so it's for everyone. Okay. Got it. We're going to be changing nothing. I like everything on default, but if you went to do any kind of customizing to your overall campaign further, this would be where you do so, in this little icon up here. It's going to be grayed out for your first turn. It just activates in your second turn. For our battle strategy, I was going to initially turn around and immediately come over to attack Karak Ziflin, but the Dali are going to be hard to break with their armor. We need to try to build up some armor piercing somehow, either through some, like the Tithe here, some of our extra ROR units, or just through our overall buildings. So I'm going to go after Castle Artois, and then turn around and attack Fort Bergbress, but not worry about Marienburg necessarily, try to get the Empire and everyone to start coming through to us. Then we can grab Growing Zint, which fighting the Greenskins is going to be much easier than the Dawi. If they haven't declared war on us by then, we can turn around and squash them like a bug. Onward to Artois.
Now they die.
Oh, the Red Duke was after Artois as well. Listen, you. This is my land. We are missing our ROR unit. Let's see if I can recruit them real quick.
Raise them.
Kill it, they just cost 2,000. So you know what, in the meantime, we don't need them. That's extremely expensive. We can't do any sieging just yet, so let's chuck in the battering rams. 1 ram, 2 towers, we're probably just go for. What can we really do here? 2 siege towers or a ram and a tower? Probably the better call. I don't want to say too many turns here in the area, forced to lay siege. Alright, Blackstone Post, upgrade the Lich Yard immediately. 6 turns for a single point of growth. Hopefully they can replenish up their troops fast, because that's... Why are you guys wounded? Quickly heal yourselves.
Do you know who I am?
Trade agreement, please.
Of light.
Nope, no extra gold for us. Just threaten Musalon with a confederation right off the bat. That would go well. And can we raise anyone here at least? Hey, too expensive. We could easily probably next turn. And go. Well, it would be amusing to snake the Red Duke right here and just grab an extra blood kiss. I'm not sure exactly what he's up to. I think he wanted to attack Castle Artois and now doesn't have a better strategy. Oreg's building up himself some miners. It'd be a minor inconvenience for us. Might be time to grab the stalkers just so we've got the extra armor or anti-infantry. And to the field. They have a trebuchet we're gonna have to be worrying about. We should be able to send our bats over the top and harass that guy out of existence. Onward to liberty. Alright. Castle Artois. Night falls. Look, beautiful cities, though. They're going to be smearing undead nonsense just everywhere. It's gonna be a mess. We've got tower here, tower here. That's probably the best place to attack from, though. Let's go ahead and grab Onyxstein Stalkers. I would probably prefer you guys. Look at these Gothic Rams. One's got a tongue sticking out, too. Yes. We're going to be trying to avoid kind of all of the vampiric units. That includes the Vargulf. I don't include the Vargeist because they are just a little bit too bestial. The Vargulfs are as well, but we have to draw a line somewhere. So I'm going to count them as just kind of upgraded Fellbats. Zombos. Your job is to take the damage so that our towers don't have to. Shoot out of that tower, but we'll bring another one up. Have them come on out of the trees there. So we'll have you boys setting up. Maybe we want zombies on the ram. I don't really care about them getting slain by the dozens. Onyxstein Stalkers, set up your tower there. Hold it back. Want the zombies to kind of waddle on forward and be the fodder. They know they can be. Something like that. Spearmen behind. We can still use mass spearmen to try to poke through the portcullis. It's gonna take a little bit of time. Speedy guys on the other end of there, just distract a couple of units. Don't want them up close enough that they can actually get fired on. So we'll just kind of retreat them into the woods or around the side as soon as the battle really gets going. Doggos on their own there, so I know they're deployed. Back up for the proper damage dealers. Himmler, we want you going up the tower once it's available. Same thing with Necromancer. We just don't want them to get caught up on top of the walls. It's a good way to lose your general. Woods. What else do we have deployed still? The two ghouls and our ghosties. I want them over here. We want all of our most elite deployed over here. The ghosts can likely deploy with the tower. I'm gonna prefer to not give it to them. All right then, let's get it going. So zombies of the walls. You three just walk on up and be a nice distraction. As soon as they do get on up there, we're gonna move everyone else forward. Let's move up to the top portion here so you can be a big old problem and see how the doggos are doing. Just jump in the woods. Make them forget you're here. Youch. Got hit by the trebuchet. Let him get the trebuchet to fire on one of the other units. Where are they hiding? I don't see any infantry there to defend them. It's gonna be a bad day. Alright, to the walls then. They're gonna intersect a little bit. Just gonna have you move up the gatehouse, be a nuisance. Spear crews do the same. Everyone a big blob to the walls, and then we'll kind of switch them up once the troops are closer. Guys, come on down. Trebuchets are landing. Love to see it. Rocks away. Going after the tower. Doing a good job of missing. Keep casting out these heals where we can. You can go for an... Oh, the overcast one doesn't... We can't afford it, that's why. Figured it out. Alright, Kemmler. Get a little bit more damage than I would have wanted. Bats have stopped that nonsense there, but everyone else is moving on forward. Probably could have been a bit quicker with the infantry getting to the walls. Little by little. You guys go up on top. Same thing here. We'll just overwhelm individual units with zombies. To the ladders. As soon as they stop them, they're gonna retreat. That's a big mistake. Also be great if you got different kinds of ladders depending on the faction. Maybe different factions are better at climbing up siege equipment. Gates are down. And the undead can come pouring through. Just go for the single cast heal on these zombies. Looks like they were on fire. Did we lose my bats? Left them in combat a bit too long, but they did initiate, completely destroy those trebuchets. Product of my very poor eyesight. Let's come on in, and the crypt ghouls are already... Well, just go ahead, come on through the main gate then. You as well, Hex Wraiths. It is time. Recruiting more bats is very easy anyway. Who needs heals? These zombies look like they're having a hard time deploying their ladders. Do it. Ladders up. Here, we're overwhelming the walls easily now. Crypt ghouls get straight in on these mid-arms. They should be able to work together pretty well there. Nice. Overwhelming blob. You get away from these spearmen though, because that's very unhealthy. But here comes a paladin. Uh-oh. Better get on away from this paladin. Just try to waddle through the line. Right back out. Love these Hex Wraiths force their way through. Tower. That's finally deployed. Krell in here very soon. Alright, Hex Wraiths are almost through. We're gonna lose our Necromancer off the start. Sorry, Kevin. You can pull on away and not die. That'd be great. That paladin showed up out of nowhere. No, don't disintegrate. Just retreat. You're fine. Kevin Mess, don't be a baby. Target's ally. Oh, they can't be on the wall, huh? Interesting. Can't target anyone anymore? What's going on?
Necromancer.
Oh, his leadership is not higher than Broken, so we can't. Okay, can I heal? I can't. He's just gone. I've lost my first Necromancer. That's just good playing then. Keep cackling crazily. Let's get away from the combat, sir. Ghost, rip apart. He can't do any healing. He's just gonna disintegrate on away to nothing. Makes me sad. Walls. We have claimed the walls. Come on down now. One down, and we'll set up here. Capture the point. Let's summon in Krell, have him hunt down the enemy lord, and we're just gonna watch our Necromancer fizzle away to nothing. It's deserved.
I am back. All will
We're paying it nearly enough attention. We'll have another Necromancer, but man, is that unfortunate. Pull you guys on through if you can. The one sadness of playing either the undead or the demons is once your units lose their leadership, you just have to watch them die slowly. As the sad violin plays. Overwhelm them on the walls. Ooh, the wraiths are getting smacked. I think it's because we try to force them through the line. I believe in them.
I am Kemmler.
Push the stalkers forward. Everyone else, yeah, stream on in. Let's get rid of these enemies here. Kemmler, away. You have to worry about the knights that are still charging around.
Heinrich Kemmler.
Lose these guys too, because as soon as their leadership's gone, they're gone. Losing the Lich Master over there was big, unfortunate. Let's move in, tear down these gates. Get another heal on the Knights. Nope, they're crumbling, so they're gone. Done a very good job of keeping all of our elite units alive here, haven't we?
Serve me.
Come on, Knights. Let these zombies come on in for you. Oh, here he appears to be chasing them fully away. Sad. Alright, let's get Krell activated then.
Undead terror.
Start tearing through this barrier here. You guys help out
Lich Master.
as we have to watch our Hex Wraiths fizzle away to nothing. It'd be great if once they got out of combat they regained some leadership. One back around. Maybe you can get in Kemmler's area and they can keep you guys alive a little bit longer. I'm thinking no is the answer. Rip apart those knights then.
Heinrich Kemmler. Fear the tomb.
Pulling a serious Lionheart, losing the cavalry right off the bat. Such is the way. Let's watch some of the fighting then. Because now we've got everyone set up in proper battle lines. We're just a little bit unorganized to start, and that cost us our Necromancer and our most elite cavalry. If we're lucky, they shall survive. Those are just mounted yeomen. That should be an easy fight. Field trebuchets are not firing anymore, which is really good to see. Oh, good grief. You guys stayed back and didn't do anything. Coming after the damsel then. The ghosts overwhelm the wall. You can't pull them down. Now the yeomen are gone. You guys hit the barricades even more aggressively. We need to push up in and try to claim this position here. Kemmler, stay and keep the heals. You three all press up. That'll work. That blocker's gonna hold them for a while, looks like. Gates are open, send the dogs through. How do you go and want to fight? We can get rid of them pretty quickly. But they're still poisoned even. I wonder if the lethal poison ever goes away. Keep pressing forward. Overwhelm this paladin here. Drop the heals in. I'm thinking on the Konigstein Stalkers. Make sure we don't lose our ROR unit here. Kemmler being stuck, or Krell being stuck behind this blocker is no good. I figured they'd chop it down a little bit faster than they did. It's going to take it forever for it to go down. Problem is, it's faster than going around. That knight's almost gone. Make sure none of these infantry actually escape. Keep chasing them on off. You try to lure us away from the capture point, so we're going to have to ignore that. Just come on in, claim the zone. Finally down. Krell, I don't care how you have to catch her, just go as fast as you can. We can drop down the Scroll of Lycos, we've already used it.
Fight! Kill! Our lives depend on it!
Lives depend on it. And the damsel flees. Took a wounding to our ego, though. Alright, close victory, and no, the undead, none of them come back. Man, never lucky. Spellbats are gone, the Hex Rays are gone, and the Necromancer's gone. That's the game. We are going to go ahead and just claim Castle Artois, so we don't have to rebuild anything. Because luckily, Kevin can come back in a new form, no problem. Staff of Damnation. 5% resistance and 45 extra attack for an area. Alright. Turns my zombies into things that can actually do some damage. Artois has been wiped out.
They will all pay.
Albeit at great cost to ourselves.
Grave bound.
Leadership when attacking. This would have probably kept them a little bit more intact for that battle. In fact, Aura of Supremacy is what we need. Scroll of Lycos is going to be immediately switched out because that's way better. Well, if we had our Lich Master still, that's what we'd be doing. One more turn and we will be able to re-recruit. Oh, never mind, we get Necromancer already. Kevin's already replaced. Look at that. Black Arts gives him a bound Spirit Leech. Alright, well that's the way. Wilmar Wolfdrake. Nay, you shall be Kevin. And if this Kevin gets dropped, we're not bringing him back. Last attempt. Go for Invocation of the Heck, and we'll bring you on over to Kemmler as quick as we can.
I need more minions.
I need more minions. Yeah, let's just give you some more zombies for now. Before I do,
Spread the rot.
Castle Artois has the Defiled Cairn. So we can chuck in a corpse cart.
Darkness comes.
Yes, we could, couldn't we? Could we grab some more?
Protector of the realm.
So all of the Bretonnians want peace? How weird. How much are you willing to give me?
Tomb scum. What do you have to say to me that would not affront my lady's ears?
I won't murder you. Hey, look at that.
Just so.
Just for now.
I am ready.
Honor before glory.
What?
Listen, we need the gold.
Tomb rot.
Corpse carts. At least the normal versions aren't necessarily amazing. But with the loss of our first Necromancer there, this will just give us another way to keep our troops safe. Additional attack and defense and vigor sounds fantastic. Plus this guy regenerates and has some ward save. The other versions of the corpse card are much better, but let's just grab one of these. Costs a fair bit. We can afford it for now. And then as soon as it's recruited, I'm going to go ahead and demolish Defiled Cairn. Or do we leave it in so we can get in the Crypt Ghouls, Crypt Horrors sooner rather than later? Cool. Press the mortals to make the Empire very unhappy with us. Foster Terror for more growth, Harvest Corpses, or Evocation of Nagash. More recruit rank. I'm thinking extra growth and vampiric corruption at a cost to our control. Rebellions can be put down violently. Alright then. So establish a trade agreement with any faction. Easy for a nice 750 dark magic. And Lewin has decided he's going to camp right outside. That's not good. We don't have much that is keen on dealing with his armor. All of these Knights of the Realm are going to be an absolute problem.
Let us make doom.
Well then. Kevin, we need you now more than ever.
Very good.
And the Dawi are building up forces as well. We can pretty easily gather up another army to defend the Blackstone Post.
The dead approve.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of how we can deal with Lewin now, if possible. Where are you going?
This is Bretonia. I am its king.
He's
For
going
the
to
lady's
fight
sake, state your demand.
Moose
so I
along.
can reject them.
So I can reject them. We may leave him alone. Let him fight with the Red Duke a little bit. We can just come on up and either start a brawl with Marienburg and claim this fort just for a bit of defensive pressure against the Empire. We don't even necessarily have to press outwards. There's no way Marienburg is going to build up an army enough to actually take down the fort anytime soon. But I think Lewin could then just decide he wants to attack us on the fly.
King Lewin Leoncoeur.
He doesn't like us very much, as you could expect. Moving out of the castle would basically doom it completely if he was to betray us. Keep the defensive position for one turn here.
Find me charnel pits.
Find me charnel pits. We'll grab a couple more, or at least maybe one more crypt ghoul. Just for that lethal poison.
Find me grave bound.
Yeah, I think that sounds good.
Your wish, master.
And we may need another lord over here. So when we grab ourselves in, Ghoul Whisperer, Albert zu Guggenheim.
Ready. Find me
A
charnel
even
pits.
more scraggly Gandalf. Find me charnel pits. Alright, our first technology's done here, so we have said to be transcribed from the scrolls of Neferata herself. His grave codex instructs recently sired vampires in the art of infiltrating, influencing, and spreading the vampiric curse across the world. Extra blood kiss, moving us along towards our first awakened, and we've got extra growth per region after winning a battle.
Grave times.
A lot of battles, a lot of sacking areas, just kind of continuously attacking. So Lewin did move on through. Where'd he go? Did he lose to the Red Duke?
Ready.
If that's the case, we come on over to Gisoreux.
Let us wander this way.
He may not have lost.
That will do nicely. Agreed.
That's nice.
I need more minions.
We have what it takes to bring down the fort. Got a lot of scary lads with crossbows. As soon as we do close the gap, it's game over. It may have a little bit of a explosive firepower, but as long as they're not upgrading to tier 2, we are in pretty good shape. You're fighting with Marienburg, right? Not yet. Probably make it happen. So we would get more income from repression buildings. I think not. Let's go for the Book of Arkan. Heat for zombies, leadership for zombies, skelly warriors, and spearmen.
Bring me flesh to craft. You dare.
Waiting on growth for this area. Gisoreux is the same. One turn we'll be able to upgrade at Castle Artois, which is perfect.
Let us make do.
How much does that going to cost in Dark Magics? 2,000. Right, Tobert.
Comes.
Cheaper to go like this. There's just not any zombies there. Let's just give you a heap of zombies. Start. Keep cheerful.
For the wisdom of
If we get attacked by this group, we're going to be in a bad shape.
the axe thirsts for war.
You dare. Everything
Right.
lies.
I respect it. Grab some bats. Maybe in for a pretty aggressive defensive Blackstone post already. And another turn. Before we go, though, let's just check.
You move, you dare.
Very close to being able to trade with the Red Duke. Can we just gain it for some gold?
You seek out the Von Cast darkness.
Not just yet. And I'm not looking to gain another war with the Bretonnians until we finish off, or at least figure out who's going to declare war on us next. 'Cause it looks like we're about to get jumped by the Dawi here. The gods are angry. Are they now? The omens are ill. Something you have done has angered the gods, yet they are fickle. They may forgive you in time, or more immediate appeasement might be necessary. Troll or angry gods? Let's go for angry gods. So be it. We're about to have a rebellion here in Artois. Likely a good idea not to attack the fort just yet. Oh, not yet. We have 8 turns before a rebellion kicks off. Leia's will, extra growth. Well, that's awesome.
My axe
Still
thirsts
mustering.
for war.
I'm very scared of what this army could be. If it's mostly quarrelers, we may be in for a really bad time.
Soon I'll be all powerful.
Soon you might be. Zombies are just a meat shield. grab a couple of our good old Skelly infantry.
Darkness.
Before we do, how much? Castle Artois needs to be upgraded. And so we shall. Means you get nothing. At least for now.
Yes.
What if... Get this. What if instead of going after Marienburg, which is usually not a very aggressive settlement, how far can we go if we go after the Blackstone Post?
Follow me.
To ambush.
Yes. The time is
That's what we're
right.
doing then.
Definitely.
Ambush on up, see if we can't catch these Dawi.
For the wisdom of the
A lot of miners. But miners are much easier to deal with than 4 warriors, which, good grief, look at all the melee attack and defense.
They will serve.
Let's make them mad. You're currently at war with Bastogne. Well then, people of Bastogne.
Bow before the rightful
The good
lords of
friends
this
we're about to
land,
be.
And I'll hear your demands.
I'll join your war with Ziflin. And you shall give me gold.
Yes.
Just a simple yes. Fair enough. That means Taubert can get some troops. Taubert, let's just go for more zombies. Numbers more than anything else. Alright, let's see how the Dawi respond to a new war. Just gonna shuffle around a bit.
Don't think so.
Midland got confederated very quickly this time around. The Book of Arkan has been researched. Also known as the Tome of Bone, this dread volume, authored by Arkan the Black, is filled with his secrets for instilling vigor and other deathly abilities into your zombified and skeletal vessels. Lovely.
They will all.
It'd be great if we could get these Dawi to
No,
actually
I will
attack.
not shame my clan.
You dare. Dark.
They're likely scared of what is in the Blackstone Post. If I can build up enough an army here that they're not going to attack and they're more scared of this group,
Honor before glory.
that's what I'm gonna try to do.
Bats and wolves gather.
I just don't think we would win if I was to retreat.
Everything dies.
Alright,
What?
I'm gonna try it though.
It will be.
Get ourselves another war. So instead of going all the way around, just go to Gisoreux so you can respond if you need to.
Spread the
Mixes up the control in this area as well. 12 turns for that rebellion. Luckily, the vampiric corruption will help out in our control front by quite a bit. 3 more turns for the construction. Let's go ahead and grab the Raise Newly Dead, so give our zombies a bit more speed. I think that's what we're going for here. Top tree. Gift of the Kiss grants Vampire Count Spy to the faction. Sylvania. So this is just kind of your overall faction strength. Tomb King Spy. Lots of extra replenishment, and all the way over to the Dark Powers of the Lich Master, so when we claim these different places, just in general, you can get these, you just have to have this specific resource that I'm guessing we gain from those different landmarks. Yes, indeed. We'll be having to move towards Carcassonne probably pretty quickly if we want to start building those up. Unholy rituals, it's all going to be things that are going to actually empower Himmler himself. This is what it looks like. Replenishment rate for Morn Goals, Hex Raids. Okay. Ravenous Hunger. Gotta wait for the red bar. Point. That is a lot of healing. Savagery Contained. So this one's Warrior Armies. This is just kind of like an overall campaign map stuff. Plus Barrier. And then this one is for your Necromancers. Awesome. We actually have to pick a technology, though. Let's come back over and grab the Raise Newly Dead. Need to buff up our chaff zombies there. They need the help.
very tempting.
And Taubert,
Soon I'll be all powerful.
keep telling yourself that, buddy. I will give you those some skeletons to make you a bit more powerful. And dire wolves as well. Go for it. Alright, I think I saw the army of Marienburg actually run into Grung Zin to get wiped out. Let's see if they're still alive. We lost all that sight. I'm gonna come in. Who all's at war with you?
Do not waste my time
The orcs of Grung Zin. I'll join your war against Marienburg. You're gonna give me your gold. Or your dark black magics. Any creepy talismans you might have found.
Let us make.
Alright, so the fort is actually going to give us a decisive or a Pyrrhic victory already. Does it not have walls? It does, but you're unable to build up siege equipment. Well, that puts you at an extreme disadvantage. Not available for this battle. Interesting. Well, we'll go ahead and surround them then. See if we can't draw any other Marienburg forces over to try to stop us. They're going to keep building up as much as they can, but they do have a limit eventually, and they are going to be trying to be worried about the Bretonians as well. Robert here. Still 2 more turns for that to be built up. Great. Gisoreux.
You dare.
I guess leave everything else as is. We grab any trade agreements yet?
Lord
No.
of
Why do we have all of the agreements with all of the Bretonians? I'm completely the most safe Kemmler you've ever heard of.
Laws of chivalry demand,
Love
as you
Bretonia.
say.
The lady, all of it. Good stuff. Until we burn it to the ground later on. At least we don't have to worry about the Bretonians attacking us. Sweet. Can we raise up any dead? Can indeed. I'm going to grab me some more zombos. Keep building up the forces.
My minions are restless.
Oh, really? He wants a peace. Peace treaty for 2,700. Actually, I'm going to claim your fort, and then we'll see if you want peace after that. Well, they come on out to face us. Alright, well, in the next episode, we will start ourselves up with a fight for the very fate of Marienburg. And they're going to come on out against us, which means we get to fight on the field. Perfect. That gets rid of all of their advantages of being behind the walls and us not having siege equipment. So, I am out of time for today. I have been Space Wizard Total War. Remember to leave a like for the light god and a sub for the sub thon. See you on the next one.